Hey, I'm Sue Hansen, Montrose County Commissioner, and you might ask, what the heck am I doing at the event center today? There's 500 kids here, and it is Ag Day, and the school district puts this on. This is our second year of putting this on, and we're going to learn about what's going on here. So we're going to interview some kids, and we're going to find out what's going on. Hey there, why the long face?
That's a lot of kids, but
Yeah, well, it's a lot of kids. So I'm here with Lisa Franks and Melissa Green from the Montrose County and the school district coordinators for FFA. And so we're asking a little bit about what's going on today. The theme of the event is corn, cattle, corn, and courage. And so Lisa, tell us a little bit about what that means and why that was the theme for this today's Ag Day.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been tailoring our Ag Days around the Ag in the Classroom Literacy Project that they do every single year. And so this year, they always write a brand new book about somebody in Colorado. And so this year's book is on Dr. John Matsushima, who was in the intern camps in the Japanese intern camps.
Mhm.
And he started raising corn, he started raising cattle, and it takes a lot of courage to get to where he is today as a CSU professor.
Cool. So are you doing a little education on the farmer too, just so the kids understand what the courage means? Kind of.
Yeah. So our encouragement is every single teacher can sign up for this literacy project. It's free from the Ag in the Classroom.
Mhm.
And so they send them a book, they send them 2 different activities to do in their classrooms. So we're hoping to expand this and make it more of an extension to that agriculture learning.
Cool. So, Montrose County, we heavy in ag. We have a lot of producers and ranchers here, a lot of cattle, sheep, and corn, beans, onions. And so this is a great opportunity for kids to learn why that's important to Montrose County, how it works. I mean, well, a lot of us were not raised in ag areas, so it's kind of cool to be able to do that for kids. So,
It is
so we're trying to encourage kids to love farming, right?
farming, ranching, and there's more than just farming and
Sure.
ranching to agriculture.
Like what would there be?
You can do there if you like drones, you can get into drones with agriculture, you can get into the food pieces of it, you can get into so many other extra the power structure, the building, the constructing of lots of different things. There's just
So
a
there's so
lot of
much, and
different.
we're going to visit all these different sites so we can give you an idea of what the kids are learning and what kinds of ways we use drones now for farming. It is kind of cool. And so, yeah,
It is,
so there's all these levels of how kids can get involved. So
for sure.
that's what we're here for. So let's go and let's go see what we have going on.
All right, sounds good.
So we're here. We're actually gonna do this backwards
'Kay.
because I
Watch out.
want to start with the animals because I like the animals best.
I like it.
And then we can start with the animals, and then we can interview some kids and talk a little bit about that. But I think we have 7 stations, so there's something for everyone here, and we're gonna end up in the farmers market, so you can see where sort of end result of all this ag activity, right? So again, how did it is? I was right. This is your second year of ag in the classroom.
This is the second year of Ag Days for the district. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I actually need to stop really quick.
oh goodness, you're giving me a microphone?
Sue Hansen, you're John.
Yes,
Because I'm seeing on your jacket.
Yeah, I go on my middle name Ewan. So
Ewan. Okay, well
Yeah.
we'll do that. So what are we doing here?
so here we got ourselves a 9-month-old Texas Longhorn.
Okay.
Normally he's a little more social, but he's been over here. I think he's had enough
Is he
kids.
over socialized?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But give him a break and he'll come on back. And
Does
say
he have a
hi.
name? Can we call
Yeah,
him
his
over?
name's Cowboy. So,
Cowboy?
yeah.
So look at that.
Yeah, look, he's
Well,
coming
how
over
about
now.
that? Okay, so what are you teaching the kids about this? I mean, I see you have hay in here.
Yeah.
So
So we're teaching them really about this guy, what his horns are used for.
oh.
So his horns disperse heat from his body.
Oh
And
my
they were
gosh,
bred
right.
specifically for Texas and areas like that because they have those horns and they will dissipate heat so they
Okay.
can be in the really
So they
hot
keep
temperatures.
themselves cool.
Yeah, they cool themselves
Did you
down.
know that?
What?
That their horns are warm. Look. Touch it.
Yeah, feel their horns. So
Yeah.
if anyone here knows, what a car radiator does,
So
it's the same thing.
Ewan has some information. So it works like a car radiator.
So it takes all the heat from his body, brings it out, and then the wind will blow on it, cool that down. And so it just keeps doing that so that it stays nice and cool in the hot area.
Wow, that's really efficient, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can also see how he looks kind of skinny.
He looks skinny. Yeah, why?
It's not because he's underfed, it's just the way this type of cow is built.
So what's that called? That type of cow?
It's called a Texas Longhorn.
Oh, it's a Texas Longhorn.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess his horns are going to get a lot longer.
Oh, they'll go way out to here
Oh
probably.
man. So and then will the heat dissipate in the
Yeah,
entire
it'll be
horn?
even because his horns will get bigger when he gets bigger,
Uh-huh.
so they can get rid of more heat.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Of course, thank
Thanks
you.
for that. What's your name?
My name's Alyssa Holsinger.
Well, cool. All right. So what do we have? We have a slobbery. What is going on with him? Her.
This is Diesel.
Diesel.
He's a black Angus steer.
Okay.
He's my show steer for the year.
Oh, nice.
And he likes to push his nose against stuff.
He's sweaty, isn't he?
Yeah, he's tired.
So you're working on growing him so you can show him in the fair.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that right? Okay. So what is he? How much bigger is he going to get?
I'm shooting for 100 more pounds. He's pretty big already.
How much does he weigh?
Over
Wait.
1,100.
Oh, I was going to ask you guys to guess. 1,100 pounds.
I guess 1,100.
That's what you're going to guess? Darn it. We should you were. Cool. All right. So what are you telling us about the cow? What's this thing for?
That's his ear.
You guys know about these things? Well, tell us about the ear tags. Alyssa.
It's how we identify them. So there's two types of identifications for cows: ear tags and brands. Brands are where you burn their hindquarters and with your brand.
And it identifies the.
Yeah, it identifies the cow. Ear tags are also a way. So this is his Montrose County Fair ear tag. This shows this shows what this ear tag is assigned to me. So that way we know this is my steer.
Okay. So you own 117,
Yes.
right? Aren't you glad we don't have to have ear tags? Does it hurt when you put the ear tag in?
We do it when they're little babies.
So they don't notice?
They don't really feel it.
Yeah.
It kind of grows with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like an ear piercing.
Oh, yeah.
So we
Just like
tag and
studs on
brand when they're
earring.
babies.
Yeah.
So
Cool. That's really great. You guys have any questions? No? I mean, pet him. Don't worry about the slobber. Don't worry about that. He looks short.
he's slumped right now. Come here, Bubba.
Oh, I see.
He's just laying down.
Oh, he's just, come on, wake up, baby. What's his name?
His name's Diesel.
Diesel. Okay, you said that before. Diesel. Stand up straight. Be proud. Cool. Yeah, he's
There you
definitely
are.
breathing heavy, isn't he?
Wow.
Yeah. That's a black Angus.
Yeah.
That's a steak right there.
Not fight with me.
You know.
He is
Okay.
a big steer.
You don't like steak? Hey, I'm Sue. What's your name?
Miley Dessauer.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, we're here to just talk a little bit about ag in the classroom. What are you teaching kids about?
So-
this horse.
So this is a working ranch horse that I have had since I was little. So he's here. He likes the kids. They're looking in a ranch saddle. This is mine that I use. And then they're looking at over there. There's a Sim Angus heifer that I have, and she's here, and they're getting to look at some pretty neat stuff. They're asking a lot of questions. Difference between hot iron brand and freeze iron brand on the
Oh,
cow
yeah,
and
so
horse.
is there a brand on this?
Yes,
cow?
she has it on her. It'd be her left side on this side, and then he has it on his left hip on this side.
Let's go. Can you well, maybe. What's the horse's name?
Toad, come here,
Toad. He's
Toad.
kinda shy.
buddy. Hey, come here, bud. Oh my God! Here, he'll flip around here in a second. Here he goes.
So we're trying to get a look at the brand.
So there it is on his hip, the white,
And that stands for.
that VK slash. So that's my parents' brand.
That's the brand. So you can see that. So that identifies him in case
Yes.
he gets lost or something
Yeah.
like that. So
And then on the heifer, she has a hot iron
look
brand.
Too happy.
No, she's liking this. She's loving this.
Okay.
She's got a hot iron brand, and it's upside down with lazy Y upside down Y lazy L, and that's my brand.
And so when did that happen?
So I bought her when she was a little bit older. So she's been branded for a while, and it's starting to heal.
Okay.
So she has that little patch of skin where it kind of like blistered, and where it's just that little patch of dead skin, but it's pretty much healed at this point.
Cows make good pets. I mean, I know you're going to the fair, right?
Yes, she's going to county fair.
You're going to the fair. Oh boy.
Yeah, the cows make pretty good pets.
She's really
They're pretty
sweet.
enjoyable. Yep.
They definitely have this slobber.
Yep. Very much so. I have it on my jacket and everything.
Yes. Well, good. Well, thank you for telling us a little bit about this. So, did you do this last year too?
I did this last year. I didn't bring animals last year because we didn't have animals here last year. But she's been to another petting zoo when we went to the elementary school in Olathe
Oh, cool.
for FFA week, and so yeah.
Good. Good. Well, thanks for talking
Yep.
to us. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So this is Connor and I'm Sue. We're just going to talk a little bit about what's going on at this station. So can you give us a rundown of what's happening here?
This station here, we're talking about the different byproducts of corn and then the different byproducts of dairy.
Okay.
Another station, they learn about the different types of cattle feed and animal feed with
Okay.
corn, and here it's more about the human feed.
Okay.
So we went through different,
Gummy
yeah, gummy bears have corn syrup in them to sweeten them.
corn. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So is it surprising to kids when they see kind of all the products that come from corn? And
yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing to watch them all.
so
Like,
then we could connect it when we drive by cornfields in,
Mhm.
in the county, we can see what's going on. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'll think about gummy bears next time I go by one. So you're telling kids about this.
yep, I
What's
am.
going on over here with this cow thing happening?
Here we get them introduced into the different dairy byproducts. We ask them about what foods they know that come from dairy.
Okay.
Zan gives them a little overview on where the dairy comes from cows.
Do
and-
they think? Do they know where dairy comes from?
They know that it comes from cows, but
Okay.
with this we get to show them like the actual process. This folds open so they can see all the organs,
Yeah.
and we have a milker over there, so they actually get to like learn about the process of harvesting the milk,
That's
and then they get to learn about what milk goes into.
so it's not kids. So some kids might think that all this just comes from the store. So we're trying to help them understand that there really is. There's an animal behind this, right?
Yep.
Animal and a whole process that
Cool.
they get to learn.
And what's your name?
Sam.
Zan. Well, thank you for telling us about this cow. Appreciate it. Now, I guess I'd be interested in this.
Yeah,
This-
this is a
so this is a
this is
milker.
yep,
right?
it is.
Okay. But
Yeah.
Not this.
We told them that they couldn't do that, but it's a lot easier and nowadays to do this instead of every cow milking with.
So
by hand.
if I was a dairy farmer and I use this, how fast would I be able to get a gallon of milk? Do you have any idea?
I don't.
It's faster.
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot faster
a lot
than.
faster than the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Have you ever done it the old-fashioned way?
I have a little bit. I grew up on a meat cattle ranch, so I
Okay.
not into all this as much, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. So a meat cattle ranch.
Yeah.
Different from a dairy cow. So
Yep.
you want to make sure people understand that.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Thank
you
you.
have fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to educate kids. It's really we should have adults go through this too.
Yeah, Saturday though.
There you go. So we could teach everybody about this, right? Good. All right.
Yep.
So we're gonna scoot on down to the next station and see what's
Yep.
going on. Well, wait. What are you all doing? You're serving what? Sample of what? Oh, it's hominy. Okay. I don't want to make a face.
I think we should get this. Actually, we don't need the audio necessarily. Go ahead and just.
Taste it.
It's a love or a hate.
Actually, it tastes really good. I was just being dramatic. It tastes like a corn tortilla, right? So really, that's kind of what this is, but it would be flattened and processed. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks for being here today and helping people understand what's going on. What do you have? Tammy. Tammy is one of my cattle women buddies, and you're here helping out. And what am I going to eat? Okay, I'm going to like this. Watch this face. Mmm. Better than the hominy. Well, I don't know. It does. It tastes good. It's like grits, right? Hominy grits. Yeah. We don't do grits here so much, right? It's more southern. Thank you for being here and helping out. Good to see you. So this next station is about proteins, and the kids are learning the difference between plant and animal proteins. What is the difference between I mean, what
You're
is?
going to find a lot of dense proteins in in the animal products versus the plant products. So you're going to have to take a lot more plant products to get the same proteins as animal products.
Okay, so
For the protein.
so if I were wanting to be more protein healthy, I would have a better chance of getting that protein quantity by eating meat than I would plants, or I'd have to eat a whole bunch of plants.
Whole lot of plants. to
Okay,
get
so
the same
kids are
amount.
learning about the protein content of that, and that's really important for kids to know and understand. So why do we feed cows then? I mean, because we want them to be strong, so but they eat hay,
They
right?
do,
Is there
yeah.
protein in hay?
There is.
Okay.
Different types of hay is going to cause different types of proteins and
Okay.
different amounts. And you don't want to feed them too many proteins because then they can bloat. So there's a
Okay.
balance of weighing out all the different pieces to
So
make
interesting.
that.
So if you feed a cow too much of the proteins, they get big and they
They
get
can.
air and gas or whatever. And it's okay. So we
Yeah,
have to
it's
be
not healthy.
careful.
Yeah.
You know, farming's not as simple as we think it
No, it
is.
really isn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of science behind
There
it.
is a lot of science. You
So
can't just go out.
what is happening at these stations, Lisa?
These are byproducts of corn. And so this first station on the right here, they're making plastic out of corn. So you use cornstarch and corn oil and water, and you just mix it all up. Kind of starts out as oobleck, stick it in the microwave, and it'll blow up into a plastic-like substance that's pliable. In 24 hours, it'll get hard.
So it seems
So
like
it's a bioplastic.
you know the lights go on when kids learn about this. It's really interesting. And your FFA kids are actually doing a lot of the instructing and teaching, right?
They are, yes.
So they seem to get some joy out of teaching the
They
kids what's
love it.
happening. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it's good that we perpetuate the understanding in Montrose County so that people understand how important ag is to our community.
Very important.
Yeah, it really is. So we're heading to the drone area.
Yes.
And it might, just as a little intro before we get there, it might surprise people that farmers, ranchers use drones. What do you use them for?
You can do all kinds of precision spraying for pests. You can identify weeds. You can do so many things to just see the quality of your fields with the
Yeah, I have a
drones as
friend that
well.
actually has a set of drones, and so you can the pesticides are application you can use.
You can identify the pests that are in your field.
Yeah,
with
cool.
drones, with
With
the
cameras.
cameras.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. So maybe we can grab one of your FFA kids over here and talk a little bit. So Ashley and Mason, both FFA kids, right? So or young adults, and I mean, it seems like you guys are having fun instructing and telling kids kind of what's going on here. So you're at the drone station. What are you telling kids?
So mostly we're leading around the kids and telling them like where to go and just kind of being an extra. But we're kind of teaching them how drones are used in agriculture and how it can help you find things in your field that you really wouldn't see with your naked eye because you
Interesting.
can't get above like drones can. And just how they can help farmers get a different perspective.
So how would a farmer use drones besides pesticides? We talked about pesticides.
Yeah, we've talked about pesticides and then just like how they can find different problems that you can't see with the naked eye and just everyday stuff that you wouldn't think of just with the modern technology.
Yeah. It's cool that ag has so many different areas. You could be right with the animals, or you could be a drone operator, not have anything to do with a farmer, right? You could that could be something that you do for ag. And that technology is pretty cool that we can do that now. So yeah. So are you learning it? You're probably learning a lot here too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been here since yesterday and just got to learn from all the different stations, and I think it's really cool just how not just the agriculture but everything else that goes into it. Just being able to learn all of it.
Farming is becoming more than just what people think is farming, right?
Yeah,
There's a lot more. And the kids seem like they're enjoying them. I see all these hands up, so they seem like they're getting into it.
Yeah, and then all like the fun activities like flying the drones and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're going to get to fly the drones?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's like the little like hand helicopters. And be trying to get them to land.
To land it,
Yeah.
which is probably easier harder than it looks, right?
It's a lot harder.
A lot harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right, we're going to move on to the next station, but thank you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
The hand helicopter thing.
Oh, sure. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go with this and we'll like get it out for you? What color?
This could be a disaster.
Green?
Oh, yeah, let's do pink.
Color.
Let's do pink.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now what do I have to do? Like,
So you have to.
So you have to stay away from the hula hoops, and you're trying to get it into the circle.
Yeah. No, like fly.
But you gotta fly it.
I'm just telling you that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this. Okay.
Okay.
So you're saying like do this?
Yep.
In any of the circles?
Yep.
Do you have any recommendations
I would
on
aim, like,
technique?
down a little bit and not like do it too hard. Just kind
Can I get closer?
No. Being closer makes it hard.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
So just like kind of angle it and then like gently.
Okay.
release.
Don't feel sorry for me. Okay.
You'll get it.
That is
It
hard.
was closer.
Do I get a consolation prize for that? You want to?
See?
Almost. Got it.
It was in there.
Okay.
It's the thought that counts.
Okay. Next time I want you here just doing this. You can move that hula hoop and I can get it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. This is a lucky one. Now we're moving into the machinery. We see in Montrose County, we see these along the road all the time. I always, we have folks moving in that sometimes get impatient.
Yes.
And I just think, slow down, enjoy the ride, and enjoy
Absolutely.
what's going on in our county. But
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about, these are huge pieces of equipment.
They are. If we wanted to start with the machine that they're talking about, this is a 2-horse plow right here.
Mhm.
So going from the older things all the way up to, we've got a combine.
Okay. This is an
to-
older one?
No, this is new.
Oh, okay.
But this hand.
Oh,
one
over
with the
here.
horse
Oh,
in it,
do you
yeah.
see? Oh, yeah.
There, you can't really
Well,
see it
that's their
because it's
heart.
so small.
In the old days, you see them. Oh my goodness.
So the kids can see a difference a little bit between,
So
what
now they
used
have
to do.
stereo, right?
Stereo GPS.
Stereo
It
GPS.
drives themselves.
Yeah, and I always wondered how they got straight rows
Me
using
too.
something like that.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
Someone said, don't ever look back. Like, if you start looking back,
The trick is you never want to look in the front, right up against your tire. You always want to look where you're headed,
okay,
and you're going to stay straight.
okay.
But those GPSs, you can kick back,
So
relax.
hot tip, if you have an old plow, just
Always
keep looking
look
straight.
at the end of the row, not where you're at.
So and we see these on the road all the time. We have these are carrier. What do you call this?
Cattle
stock
pot.
cattle pot.
Cattle pot. Mhm.
Okay, that's the technical name,
Yep,
cattle pot.
That is the
And
technical
it
name.
says there's authentic cow manure
Yes,
in there. So
it is very authentic.
usually, because it's all coming down. So how many
Yep.
cows can we get in there?
I'm actually not sure on that one.
A bunch.
A lot.
And
Yeah,
because there's
there's
two
decks.
levels, right?
Yep, you can load the whole bottom deck and then you can load the whole top deck as well. So it depends on the size as well.
Yeah,
as to how many, but
well, that's good. That's I always think of the cows when they're in there because are they sad? What are they doing? And then you don't want them in there that long.
No.
Because I know on the
There's
bridge
rules and
we had bridges.
regulations.
There are
Yes.
federal. Okay, so
Yeah,
you have to
so-
adhere to so many.
Mhm.
And then if you go over that, what happens? Like if they're in there too long, you have to let them out.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. So any of the truck stops that you'd have to pull over for the weigh stations, cattle trucks just go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
To keep the animals as safe as possible.
Cool. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This is this Massey Ferguson.
Mhm.
Like, what would this cost? Do you have any idea?
Way more than I can
A
afford.
bunch of money. Come over here.
125,000. Come over here.
125,000 for this? So isn't that? I always wonder how. And you are Wyatt?
Yep.
I'm Sue.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you came at just the right time to answer the question. So I was asking about how much this costs. 125,000 brand new.
Yeah.
And so how long would a farmer have that?
Depends on how often you use it, but you can usually use them for quite a while.
Okay.
Um,
Are you glad you don't have to use that plow?
yeah, that would take a lot longer, and
Yeah.
that was.
I think
usually the quicker
to me, it makes me respect people that were actually farming in the old days
Yeah.
and really, really farming.
because you can see how far we've come from that
I know.
to this type of equipment now.
I know, it's really cool. So, okay, so, and what do we have here?
That's another Massey Ferguson. And then we have the round bale buster. So while you're going through the field, it rolls and shakes the bale so that it'll make a nice row of hay for.
So
whatever
for
you have.
hay, so this
yeah.
is those big round, okay, all right, cool. So which one's better, the round ones or the
Depends on what you're feeding it for. The round
Okay.
ones are usually big. The bigger round ones are usually good because there's more hay in them and they last a while.
how long, how long would how much would a cow, how much do you feed them?
You have to feed them a lot. One of those round bales, if you have maybe like 50 head in the field, they'll eat through that in a day.
50 head, okay.
Probably maybe even less than that.
So
depends on
you
how much
are
you-
a farmer,
Yeah.
your family farms, and do you have to do all the chores and stuff? Do you get to ride these fancy tractors?
The chores we just do for the animals that we have in
Okay.
pens.
Yeah.
My dad usually does that for the ones
Okay.
out in the field. So we just feed by pitchfork.
Yep.
And we have to feed a lot less then
So
because
we
they're less
got,
of a
got,
little,
be strong, huh?
little bit, yeah.
Strong back. Yeah, I wouldn't last a minute out there. So, and think about that poor guy and how doing that.
Horse-drawn. yeah, and then-
Horse-drawn plow, yeah. Cool. Well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. I guess we have one more. What's the yellow one?
That's a fast track. That's one of the bigger tractors they make, and got 6-cylinder or 6-stroke, I think. I don't know.
6-stroke. It's
350 horsepower
Oh.
about, and it's a pretty good sized tractor.
what does that
14,000.
cost?
I don't know
Couple
how much
hundreds
for
of thousands?
probably. I don't know how much for the whole thing, but for
Yeah.
the tires alone, it's about 14,000.
So sometimes we don't really think about what a farmer has to invest. You know, if
Yeah.
someone's just driving by the field and think, oh, they just planted some hay, it's no big deal. But they really have a business. It's a significant business, right?
It's a lot to deal with,
Yeah.
and some people just don't understand the
Yeah.
mass.
Well, that's why we're doing this. We want people to understand ag and either get into ag or at least understand when someone's driving down the road with that we should respect them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Thanks for talking to us, Wyatt.
Yep.
Take care. How are
Yep.
you?
Pretty good, you?
Nice to meet you. So tell me a little bit. I know we're talking about this pieces of equipment. What are
Yep.
you telling kids?
So I'm mostly on the fast track and the Massey right here.
Huh?
Morgan, he's more on the bale buster
Uh-huh.
and the older
Okay.
corn planter.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we were just talking about how a farmer has to really invest a lot of money in these
Yeah,
kinds of, I mean, these are not inexpensive pieces of equipment.
no, so that one right there, the 5711 right
Yeah.
there, that one I didn't research it a whole bunch, but right now I'm thinking it's about $90,000.
Okay.
With the bale buster, it's probably 110.
Okay. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then that one right there is probably pushing $200,000.
Wow. But they have all the music they want in there and
Yeah,
everything.
the two Masseys right here, and I don't know if that one, but definitely the two Masseys have Bluetooth in the stereos. So
Like present day farming, wouldn't it? It's cool. So if you're in there, what are you listening to?
just 90s country.
90s country. All right.
Pretty normal.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Thanks for
Yeah.
doing this. It's really great to have this
Yeah.
kind of thing happen. And are you having fun?
Yeah. I'm having a lot. It's a lot of kids, but
Well, it's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
That's the point.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, anyway, we're going to move on. So thanks
Okay,
a lot,
yeah,
Thurston.
thank you.
Take care. They're talking about branding here. So we're trying to be quiet because they're teaching the kids on all the different kinds of branding. You saw the ear tags on the cows. That's one way, but they also can do by what do you call it with the branding iron?
You can do a hot iron
Hot iron
freeze brand.
or freeze brand. So the kids are learning about all those different ways on how we identify cattle. And you might have heard that, you know, recently we had some cows that were stolen, and then when they recover those cows, if they do, they will know who owns them by the brand. So that's how we do it. We identify the cows. It's like having your ID. Now we're in the part where it's actually the farmers market. So you saw the animals, you saw what we feed the animals, we talked about what the protein content is. So you kind of seen a smattering of all the things that the stations that they have here. And now I'm with Addie Harmson, and we're going to talk about here's the farmers market. This is where
Yes.
all that hard work
Yes.
we get to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, these are not real.
No, so we're having
what do
all
we
the-
have?
Yeah, so we're having all the kids come in and they get a bucket after they get to touch and pet the chicken, and they get to collect all the eggs and move to the table where they wash and process the eggs and
Okay.
put them in cartons to go to the food market where they get to go sell all the eggs.
Okay.
So they're learning just the chain of how everything works with the chickens and the eggs.
So we have pretend chickens here to
Yes.
show kids, and they're collecting the eggs. Do the eggs have
Yes.
candy in them?
They do not.
Oh.
They're just normal ones, but yeah.
Normal Easter eggs.
Normal
Okay.
Easter eggs
Cool.
under all the chickens.
So why is this so important? Why fresh food? Why is it so important to us?
I mean, it involved the whole world. Like, we need the fresh food. We need the farmers markets. It's so important for agriculture and everything.
And we have a farmers market here.
We
Ridgeway
do.
also has a farmers
Yes.
market. So I mean, I would prefer to get my eggs from
Exactly.
right
Some were
something
fresh, some
fresh.
were from the farm, from the farm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Farm
So we
fresh.
can know where it came from.
Yes. Exactly.
So can we pet the chicken too, or what?
Yes,
what happened to the
absolutely.
chicken?
I think right here she has the chicken.
Okay.
So
We want to pet the chicken. Can we pet the chicken? Look, turn around here. We're gonna pet. See, what kind of chicken is this?
it's a silky. Yeah,
Silky?
yes.
Because of how it feels.
I think so. Yeah.
It's got some weird feet, doesn't it?
Right.
So can you tell me a little? Because she's got all that the feathers and stuff. She looks like a toy. So is this a laying? Would we get
Yeah.
eggs from this one?
She lays, but they don't really use
Yeah,
it for
not
eggs.
consistently.
Okay.
And so we don't use them. The eggs are about this
Oh,
small.
small. So they wouldn't be like I couldn't make a big omelet,
Exactly.
right? I'd need a bunch of eggs. Anyway. So this is
Exactly.
a silky. Really cool looking chicken. Can you hold it up so they could see it a little bit better? See, look at that. And look at those feet. What do you call these feet?
I'm not sure. This is Katie Alexander's.
Okay.
chicken, so I'm
We'll
not
we'll see
sure.
what Katie's got. Anyway,
Yes.
it's technically your chicken? Really? So do you know what what do you call this? Feet? Just call them the feet? It's like they have little socks on, don't they?
What's the chicken's name?
Ernesto?
Yes.
Ernesto. Oh, that's cute. Did you pick that name? That's a good name. Cool. You guys have fun today. Okay, so now we're at the vaccination station where you have to vaccinate cows for any kind of diseases. Brooklyn's going to help me with this. Why do we have to vaccinate them?
So for prevention and treatment. So if they're sick, already treat them, and then to prevent any diseases.
Okay, so do you have to do that like throughout the year to make sure they're okay?
Yeah. So it'll depend. It also depends on the type of cattle, what vaccine,
Okay.
everything like that.
Okay. All right. So do you have a cow? Are you gonna?
Yeah.
And you'll be showing in the fair.
No, I don't
You-
show, but
okay.
I live on a cattle ranch.
Okay. So you know all about cows. So this station
Yeah.
is to demonstrate what?
An intramuscular vaccine.
Okay.
So this
An
is
okay.
that's a vaccine that goes straight into the muscle. So like when you get like a shot in your arm or like in your thigh, they're really large muscles that move a lot.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So we're pretending like this is a cow.
Yeah. So like their right shoulder or their butt.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Not you.
No.
Does it hurt the cow?
Yeah. A little.
Does it?
It's
Do they
like
go,
every shot.
Oh.
It's
all
like
right.
every.
So you want to show me how you do
Yeah.
this? Okay.
So it just
So
like straight.
This is not a lemon. Pretend it's a cow.
Yeah. So it's like straight into the muscle and then like that.
Wow.
They're really hard because they're fruit.
So they're gonna.
Spray everywhere. This one's jammed. Wait.
Wow.
This
That
one doesn't
that
shut.
one took. Oh, the syringe. Okay, this cow. We're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah.
Does this feel like when you're inoculating a cow? Does it feel that
A little bit.
tension?
It's a little tougher, but
The lemon
yeah,
is?
just like the skin.
Okay.
But
So there you go. Don't put me on a cattle ranch because I have to stab them a whole bunch of times. Thank you for that.
yeah.
So thanks, Brooklyn.
Yeah. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. So actually, I'm the perfect person to be here because I really know very little about ag. And so it is really, this is a really great event for kids to learn more about what's going on in our community and connecting, the animals with the food you eat, what kinds of byproducts there are. So what's your goal in doing ag in the classroom? I mean, what do you want kids to come away with?
Ag Days is all about just exposure. I want kids to get excited about agriculture so that when they get into the high school, they can maybe choose the career pathway of agriculture and hopefully, at least, if nothing else, appreciate ag.
Yeah, and I think that that's why I hope that a lot of adults come to this weekend.
Yes, so this Saturday we're going to keep most of the stations all up and running, and we'll have community ag days. Uncompahgre Cattlemen's are going to be coming and feeding everybody for free.
Oh, great!
So we've got hamburgers, and you can just
Well, it's
come
meat.
and
It's
see all
our ag luncheon,
used to be
right?
called
Meat in day. Yeah. So
calling it community ag days.
so we'd like people to come down. So I learned a lot. I learned about cow tags. I learned that Longhorn cows, they radiate heat to keep themselves cool. I learned about the byproduct. I learned that gummy bears come from corn. Have corn syrup in them. So this is a perfect opportunity for all of us to do this. And I hope you enjoyed this walk around version of County Talk. We're always trying to bring you new things that are going on in the community so that we can all appreciate what we have here and how lucky we are to live in an ag area. So thanks for joining us.